and today I'm here to tell you about my speech on why adopting a pet is better. So I'm persuading you why you shouldn't buy from a breeder or a pet store, because adopting and rescuing actually has more benefits and many more reasons why it is better. So the first being that adopting can actually save a life. There are a lot of overcrowdings in shelters, and just adopting an animal can free up space for another one to come into the shelter to be rescued eventually. It's actually really sad because there's over 1 million cats and dogs that are put to sleep every year in the US just to make up more room in the shelters if they've been there too long. So that is my first reason, which is really sad, but it's true. And my second reason is you can become a great home for an animal. Most animals that are rescued and put into shelters don't even have anything wrong with them. They actually are just from families that have moved, or people who've gotten divorces, or just don't have enough money to take care of them and ended up having to give them to the shelter to be rescued. And it's also really great because a lot of pets have already been trained and have the vaccines. So they're older and they're not in the puppy stage, and it just has a lot more benefits for you to give them a home that they haven't had in a while. The third reason is because the cost is less when you actually adopt rather than buying from a breeder, buying from a pet store, or just anything like that. Whenever you buy from a breeder rather than adopting, you have to handle the vaccines and getting your puppy neutered or your cat or anything like that on your own. You don't have any help, but whenever you adopt, most associations actually help with that cost or already have it done for you when adopting and rescuing, because they just want you to get them a home so badly. So I think that is really great. Not that cost is all about how you adopt, but I think that is a great way, especially for people who don't have a lot of money and still want a pet. The fourth reason is because it actually fights puppy mills, and you might be like, oh, what is a puppy mill? It's actually a factory-styled breeding facility that puts the profit in front of the welfare for the animal, which is actually really sad, especially like just the dogs or whatever. And why does adopting fight this? Because whenever you buy a pet from the pet store or a flea market, they actually usually come from puppy mills. And I did not know that before I did my research, so I was really happy to learn that myself. Why are they so bad? Like I said, they don't think about the welfare of the dogs. They're in really bad conditions, usually kept inside for years and years, never see outside. They're usually sick a lot but don't have good medical care, and they're kept in cages for a long time and not really kept like how a dog should until they're bred out and they can't have any more puppies, so then they're usually put to sleep and killed off, which is really sad. So adopting can end up putting these puppy mills out of business, which is really great, and it actually has over the past few years limited the amount of puppy mills. So personally, I think it shows just a little human compassion, and it makes me really sad to think that buying from a pet store can just be supporting something like that, but a lot of people just don't know it. In conclusion, overall, I think there are many reasons and benefits why you should adopt and rescue an animal, any type of animal, not just a puppy. And I hope today I persuaded you into thinking more about adoption whenever you want a new pet and rescuing them rather than buying from a breeder, a puppy mill, pet store, or a flea market. I know I want to, whenever I get older, I want to be able to adopt and rescue and help with what I can for these associations. So thank you. I hope you learned a lot today, and maybe I persuaded you into thinking more about your decisions on adopting.